Yo, what's going on, guys? So today I'm gonna do a quick video for you guys. This one's actually, I said quick, but it's gonna be a little longer because I'm gonna kind of show you guys something pretty sweet that TryHackMe just put out. They put out this junior pen testing learning path, and I actually looked through some of them. The first couple are, obviously really basic, but I really like some of what they're doing, so I want to kind of go through it. I'm gonna just try and go through these and do them each video at a time and try and knock them out as fast as I can for you guys. That way you guys get the content and it actually helps you quickly, because obviously if I spend a week on this one, a week on this one, you guys could do that faster. So this one is the next one is content delivery or discovery, excuse me. And we're going to go ahead and start that right now. As you can see, I just started the machine, and then I'm going to start my attack box here. So obviously, if I'm doing a pen test, I don't use TryHackMe's attack box. So you can feel free to use yours. The reason I use it for videos specifically is because it's easier than pulling up my VM, connecting to the VPN, doing all that stuff. And this box has everything I need on it. So it's just simpler for me, and it automatically puts me in this dual screen so you guys can see it. So that's why I do that. So one comment I saw in the last video, because I do try to read all the comments, is someone couldn't figure out the IP address for the website that we were attacking. So in TryHackMe, I love their format here. You can see here they have the title of the box and then the IP address, and it's obviously not shown yet, but it will show when they actually get the box set up. The reason they do that is pretty simple. Obviously, it takes time for the box to show up, but when you use their box over here, when you're using their web box, they actually are automatically connected to their VPN because you're already in their network. So that will be an easy way to access that IP. If you're on your own machine, you will have to use a VPN that they provide. And you can find that on their website. But first, okay, let's dive right into content discovery. Sorry about all that, guys, but I wanted to get all that covered. So what is content discovery? So you guys can read this if you want. Basically what we're doing here is we're looking for different ways to enumerate information about a website. So this one, I'm not going to make you guys read this, but the first question is, what is the content discovery method that begins with an M? And if you follow this, it makes you read it. It'll say right there, there's different types of discovery. The first one is manual, okay? Okay, manually. There we go. I spelled, it's not manual, it's manually, whatever. Okay, the next one is automated. And we're going to cover some of these. And the last one is OSINT. And I've done some videos on OSINT before. So let's cover manually first. Manually is just you manually doing things. Manually, looking at the source code. Manually doing, typing in different directories, that type of stuff. Automated would be using like Dirbuster, GoBuster, and actually having something run for you and getting information for you. OSINT is just open source information or intelligence. Basically, that's just like Google dorking and stuff like that. And we're going to cover some of this stuff. All right, so look at that. Task one's already done. All right, this is something I've covered a lot, actually, because it's one of the most, I don't want to say underrated, but something that so many people don't know about in security, which is so weird to me, because I feel like it's something everyone should know about. So first thing, we'll go into the website, right? And you can see here, it actually put the website for me here. And it's actually not secure, it's HTTP. So right off the bat, we know it's unsecure. So 10.10.206.217. Okay. We go to it, boom, boom. Okay, and it's the same website, looks like, from the last video. Okay. So first thing it's going to have us do is the robots.txt file. Now, you guys can read this if you want, but I can explain it to you. So basically, when Google and different search engines are actually crawling the internet, it's called a web crawler, they're actually looking for directories that and keywords and stuff, so that when you Google search something, that keyword gets pulled out and that then you can see it. Well, the robots.txt file, as you can see here, okay, so this one just has this. You can see it says disallow staff portal. So what's happening is it's telling Google, don't show this. Don't actually, if someone searches, Acme, whatever it is, and then says Acme we don't want the staff portal to show up on Google. Now, this is for obvious reasons, right? You don't want regular people being able to access your admin pages, but those are on the site and Google will find them. So this tells Google, do not show these, okay? So that's what the robots.txt file is, and this is on most sites. I would say every single site, but obviously some sites probably don't have it if they're small. Okay, so there's the robots.txt. Now we've got the Favicon, or Favicon, however you want to say it. But basically, this is pretty neat. So what it's going to tell you here, kind of what you're looking at. And you can see here, this is what they're talking about, these little icons, right? So what we're doing is we're actually going to use those, because if you're using a pre-built site, or a framework as they call it, you might have left that over. And what that means is you might have left the little emblem from a pre-built site. And if you did that, sorry guys, minimize that. If you did that, then what actually happens is we can look for vulnerabilities in whatever framework you used, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to pull up this here, and this is the OWASP Favicon database, okay? And it's going to give you a list of all the different favicons and their hashes, okay? And I'll show you why that's important. So as you can see, open this website. So there's a different website we need to open apparently. Okay, and it says website coming soon, but you can see there's a little icon up there, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that icon, okay? And it'll tell you here, right here, if you go to this website, and it says website coming soon, but if you look at the tab, there's a little favicon, okay? So you're going to view the page source, and you're going to look for the actual favicon. So, boom. And you can see it's the only one. So here it is. There it is, even though that looks different than the one that's there. But basically, what we're going to do is then take that, and we would actually get the hash for it, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is do the command that they'd show you to run, because it's a little easier. But what you can do is take that page source, and then you can actually look up the hash, or you can actually hash it using PowerShell, command line, whatever you want to use. And then you can go to this OWASP site, find the hash, and you can see exactly what website or what framework you're using. You can see all these, and then you can start finding different vulnerabilities for that framework. So it's really neat, really interesting information, because it's so simple, right? So let's go ahead and try to do that on here. All right, so we're going to use the actual curl command, and what this is going to do is just give us information about it. Curl just is requesting from the site that you specify. And this gives us the actual path and everything. They do this, I think, just to save us some time, because yes, you could actually go through, whoops, you could actually go through and all right, so there it is. Like I said, you could actually go through, and you could realistically just do this on PowerShell or anything once you download the image and then run a hash on it. You could do that yourself, but I think they do this just to save you a little bit of time. So now we got to find which one it is. So it starts with F276B. So let's see if we can do that. F276B. Okay, so there's F276B. Let's see if it ends in the same thing as well. 735F. 735F. Okay, so that's probably us. So CGIIRC. So let's see if that's what it's asking. CGIIRC. Boom, and there we go. We already have what framework they use, meaning what template they use to build this site. So what that means, what that tells us is right here, it tells us the version number of it. Whoops. We can go Google vulnerabilities for that and probably find something, right? All right, so now what we're looking for here, it says, unlike the robots.txt file, which restricts what search engines see, which is what we want, the sitemap.xml gives a list of every file that the owner wants to list during search engines. So it's the opposite of the robots.txt. Whoops. So what I mean by that, if we go back to HTTP, and we go to 10 dot, and there it is, and we say sitemap.xml. All right, so this is actually a list of everything. Okay, this is a list of everything that it wants us to see. Now, the reason this is important for us, looks like my camera froze. Give me one sec, guys. Not sure. There it is. Okay. Not sure why my camera froze there. Hopefully it didn't freeze for you guys, but it froze on my screen there. Okay. So the reason we would look at this, because most people probably think, well, this probably isn't that important information because it's public information, right? This is what you would see if you Googled this site. But it is important because what if there's something on there that we just didn't discover, we didn't find? So that's kind of what we're looking for. So now it says, what is the path of the secret area that can be found in the sitemap.xml? So we're looking for something that says secret or something like that. Okay, and there it is. So it's / S3CR3T TAC area. Boom, and there's our secret area. So again, even though this is publicly available and accessible through any search engine, we still want to look for this sitemap.xml, because what if there's something we missed, right? There could be something that Dirbuster or GoBuster or whatever you're using and whatever word list you're using wasn't there. All right, so now we're using headers. So this is very common. I actually created a script a while ago, I can't remember when, that does most of this for me. And it's a pretty neat little tool, but I'm sure there's way better ones out there. It's just something I did as a fun little thing for me. All right, so now let's see if that's the, okay, there's the IP. So it's 10.10.206.217, okay? And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna say TAC V, and this is just for verbose. We want more information. All right. All right, so there you can see we get something very similar to the page here. Excuse me. All right, and what it's asking for, so this is a header. What it's giving us is some of the information. So look, there's it's a Ubuntu server on 1.18. So right off the bat, we're getting good information. We're getting information that we can use against the machine if we need to. But you can see here what we're looking for is this X flag. Okay, so that's what they want us to give. So TMH, boom, and it's header flag. And this is all good information, guys. This is stuff that you would be keeping track of as you're going. You would have a running list or some sort of document, however you're doing it, a directory for this box, whatever you're doing. All right, so now it's telling us once you've established the framework either from the Favicon, which we've done, the page source, which we've done, pretty much once you've gathered all the information, you're going to see a comment at the end of every page with the page load and also a link to the framework's website, which is where we got the framework, right? So let's take a look at the website, which we already had. Let's see if it'll pull it up again. Okay, so there it is, which we've already done this in the past, didn't we? So viewing the documentation page gives us the path to the framework's admin portal, which gives us a flag if viewed. Okay, so what we're looking for is we're looking for documentation, and we're looking for, once you've installed the framework, navigate to the THM framework login path on your website. You can log in with the username admin and password admin. Okay, so there you go. Right there, they just gave us a backdoor into it. Now, realistically, someone should change that, right? You're not going to keep that open. But some places you'd be very surprised how many sites actually keep those default credentials because it's easier. Whoops, forgot you can't copy and paste. Okay, so now it was THM TAC framework TAC login. All right, and look at that. We have a login site. Now, let's see if we can actually... don't save. All right, and there you go. Now it says right there, THM change default credentials. Now, I know that sounds silly to you guys because in today's world, especially younger people, they know this stuff. They know to change that. But you would be amazed at how many people do not change default credentials because it's easier, because it's something, when someone installs this, they're not the ones installing it, and then it's easier to keep it the same because they don't forget it. Okay. All right. So Google hacking, or Google dorking as they call it. This is very important. So this is something that a lot of people do videos on. If you guys want to look them up, I might do one in the future, but this is something that's very important to do. So what you're doing is basically just putting in Google here, and we'll do it over here. Not Google Maps, just google.com. Okay. What you're doing is you're just saying, I want to search for something specific. So you're saying, okay, site tryhackme.com. So what this is going to do is it's only going to search on tryhackme.com. It's not going to find anything else. And then we're going to say in the URL, we want to find anything with admin. Okay, and we Google search it. And there you go. Look, the only result is the admin page on TryHackMe. So that's perfect. That gave us very specific information, and all we had to do was Google a little bit, right? So that's what it's asking you to do. It gives you a little bit more. I'm not going to dive too deep into it because you could do a whole video on Google dorking and stuff like that. So now what it's asking us, what Google dork operator can be used to only show results from a particular site. And you can see that's exactly what we just did. So boom, we got it, site. So this is just showing you guys some of the ways you can gather information, right? And this is all public information. This isn't stuff that we're, now if you were to curl a site, that could get sketchy as far as since you're requesting information from them. But if you have permission, it's no problem. And that's what we're talking about here. Okay, so Wappalyzer, I don't know if this machine comes with it by default. Let's see. I don't think it does. But I use Wappalyzer on my regular box. Let's see if it finds it. Okay, Wappalyzer right there. Add it. And this is how easy it is. Okay, got it. So, Wappalyzer is an online tool, browser extension that helps identify technology. So, what you'll see here is if we go to our site and we visit it and we go to Wappalyzer, I'm okay with that. You can see here, it's going to tell us exactly what kind of operating system is running on this, what server it is, what kind of server, what different UI frameworks, its JavaScript libraries, and the version numbers if it can find it. So this is very important information. So now it's asking us what online tool can be used to identify what technologies a website is running, and that's obviously Wappalyzer. Boom, easy question. Okay, now the OSINT Wayback Machine. So this is one of my favorite tools, guys. This is, I like this a lot. And so it's just asking us the website for it, but what we're going to do is pull it up, and you can see the Wayback Machine. So what this is, and we can say facebook.com. It's one of my favorites to look at because of how old it is. All right, and you can go back and look all the way back from 1998, okay? And right there, they have one from 1998, December. Let's look what it looks like. This is facebook.com from December 1998. If it'll load here. All right, it's not loading, so let's go to 99. Oh, there we go. Okay, so a lot of it's not loading, but you can see this is what it looked like. It obviously the pictures aren't there, but you can see welcome to the Atlantic Media homepage. So this is when it first started. It was called About Face. Okay, so this is the very first instance that it was on the internet. So that's why people tell you whenever you hear the whatever you put on the internet never goes away. That's why, because there's sites like this that archive it forever. So if you're looking for maybe an employee that worked there or something like that, you can go back and look at their directories from before. So that's why you guys got to be careful what you put on there. So it says here, what is the web address for the Wayback Machine, which we just went to, and it's archive.org/web. Perfect. All right, now we got GitHub. So to understand GitHub, you need to first understand Git. Git is a version control system, so we can actually just type that in because that's all it's asking, and it's just wanting you to read it because this is just very simple basic information that it's wanting you to do. And it says that tracks changes to a file in a project. So if you guys have never used GitHub, definitely check it out. What GitHub is basically a way for people to put their software out there or whatever it is they create. And like I said, a version control system. So as they're creating these projects, it allows them to update them on GitHub, and anybody can access it or pull it down and get the updated versions. So GitHub is a very, very, very useful tool. A lot of people that are very, very smart put a lot of good stuff up there. There's actually a whole GitHub on Google Dorking, and it's awesome. So check that stuff out, guys. Go on GitHub, Google whatever you want, and then GitHub, and then you'll probably find something on it. All right, so now we got S3 buckets, and it says here they're a storage service provided by Amazon Web Service. Okay, so it allows people to save files and even static website content. So that's important. You can save static websites. Okay, perfect. All right, so the owner of the files can set access permissions to either make files public, private, and even writable. Sometimes the access permissions are incorrectly set and inadvertently allow access to files that shouldn't be available to the public. Okay, so what it's asking here, or what's saying here, is here's the format of the bucket. Okay, so you put your name .s3.amazonaws.com. Now, name is decided by the owner, so whatever it is, like it shows here as tryhackme assets.s3. Basically what that is if you're going to make a website and you need to have these and you don't have a web server or whatever the case is, and you need these assets, meaning like pictures like this or anything like that, to stay in one place, this is where it'd be. So basically, and then it's telling you here, S3 buckets can be discovered. Okay, so that's good information because we might be able to find their assets. Okay, so such as finding the URLs in the website's page source. So if you see a page source with .s3.amazonwebservice.com, you know that that's probably where they're storing their assets, and you can go to that site, and you might have permissions. And it says here, another one, GitHub repositories, even automating, so you can even automate the process. One common automation method is using the company's name followed by terms such as name, tech assets, name, tech www, name, tech public, whatever. So what they're saying is, if you're looking for this stuff, you might be able to find it just by using, like, this is Acme IT support. So Acme tech assets, Acme tech www, and looking for these S3 Amazon Web Service buckets. Now the problem is if they have the permissions locked down, but it's not, or it's still something you would want to try. So what URL format do Amazon S3 buckets end in? What do they end in? It's S3.amazon. Whoops, I put a /.amazon.aws.com. Now this is important information. If you see it in the page source, go to the web service and look for it, right? It's that easy. All right. So what is automated discovery? Automated discovery is the process of using tools rather than us manually doing it. Everything we did there was manual. Automation tools, and they show you a list of tools here. So this is where word lists will come in. There's Dirbuster right there. Use Dirbuster. What this is going to do is search, crawl that entire website to look for basically any URLs that are in that list. So it'll search for a /admin page, a /login page, any of that stuff. It's going to look for all that. Okay. And then GoBuster is the same thing as Dirbuster. Some like either tool, it doesn't matter. So basically that's what you're looking for here. And this fuzzing here is similar. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to actually just be searching like Google would, crawling that website, but it's going to automate it for you. You don't have to manually go over here and type, /login. There's nothing there. So you get this error. Well, what that tool is going to do is once it gets that error, boom, it's going to the next one. And then error, next one. Error, next one. Boom, found one. And it's going to tell you a list of them. Now, it does take a little while. I'll tell you that right now. Okay, so then I want you guys to do this part in the chat. But actually we'll do it and see if it finds it quickly, but I don't think it's going to find it quickly. And I want you guys to be able to do this yourself. So what we're going to do is go here, and we're just going to go directly to the Dirbuster HTTP. The website is and this is something, if you guys haven't seen it, I have a lot of videos out there that I use these tools, so don't fret, you'll be able to find it. All right, and then we'll say user share word list sec list discovery. Whoops, put an extra one in there. Discovery. And this is why I like using their box too, because their guides are written using their box basically. And then we'll just do common.txt. Now what this is going to do again is it's just going to crawl this website, and it's going to find, and you can see right there we're getting directories: contact, customers, development, log, new, monthly, news, boom, boom, boom. So these are things that we're not normally going to see. And it's asking here, what is the name of the directory beginning in /mo, monthly? What is the name of the log file that was discovered? All right, and you can see it found pretty quick. It found 8 directories. Now that was a quick one. Usually it'll take a little longer because your word list is going to be much larger, but that was a quick one, and that's an easy one to run. Let's see, what was the log one that it found? It says there's an assets one, enter directory. There's a private one. That's interesting. And then it says, what is the name of the log file that was discovered? And I don't see a log file here yet. Oh, there it is, development.log. I just missed it. Development.log. I spelled development wrong. There we go. Boom. Easy, easy peasy, guys. And if you guys do, I'm not sponsored by TryHackMe at all. I'm just letting you know. If you guys do these junior pen testing rooms currently, I don't know how long it's going to go for, but you get these tickets at the end. I did the last ones before this promotion or whatever you want to call it went on, so I didn't get these. But just heads up, you guys do get tickets for it, and you get prizes. I think you can get like a month of free premium or whatever. I don't know. But either way, check it out, guys. I'm telling you, this junior pen testing path is really good, especially if you're new to the security area, and I definitely recommend it. As you can see here, these are just lists of things that you can do to get enumeration, but they're very, very good. So that's it, guys. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and if you guys have any questions, keep putting them in the comments, and I will address them. I try to get back to you guys as fast as I can, but obviously not everyone I can instantly comment back. So let me know what you guys think, and if you guys want to keep seeing this, let me know. Thanks.